Hey everybody, this is SEO and webdesign.com. If you need like a special website, content management system like Drupal, WordPress, Joomla, contact us and we will build you a superb website. So today I just want to share with you my opinion, the comparison between WordPress and Drupal. I prefer Drupal for all my website because it's stable, it's fast, it's reliable. But I used WordPress for two of my websites just to be updated and to see what's new in WordPress. So I just keep two of my websites in WordPress and the rest in Drupal. So I'm just gonna give you my opinion. I would say that WordPress cannot be compared with Drupal. It's like comparing Beetle Volkswagen with Porsche. It's really that bad, from my opinion. WordPress, the only thing that I like is like that it's a light website. It doesn't need so much server resources like Drupal is. Drupal is heavier website. For each plugin you get like different table in the database, and it gets really heavy. You can get like over 100 or 200 tables in the database, and that's really heavy and it bad for your server. But you try to install as less plugins to keep your Drupal site fast. And with WordPress, I think WordPress is a little bit faster, and like a simple website like this has only 15 tables. I think if you would build this in Drupal you would have at least 40 tables. And what I like is with WordPress also that you can update it simple. The core files, you can, if there's like a new release of the core files, you can go download here and then reinstall. With Drupal you cannot install from the web the core files. You need to upload them to the server. I think that's because they're afraid of the vulnerability and the hackers, attacks from hackers. But you can with Drupal you can update plugins and modules like you can do it here in WordPress. So that's one plus for WordPress. I mean two pluses for WordPress. Another thing is like comments. Comments in WordPress are protected by default with Akismet plugin, and it really protects the against spammers really well. But I think the Akismet like filters out too much comments, because sometimes I want to post on other WordPress sites and my comment never gets published. I think it's because of Akismet thinks I'm a spammer or something, and I just post simple comments. So this is, I think it's a big minus. It's, I don't know, like I think that many real comments are thrown into the spam because of Akismet. And but other than that, like other than that, I don't like WordPress, because WordPress, like from my experience, it's really rigid. Like everything you want to do, like if you want to design a website, you need to hard code everything with in theme. You know, you have to use the script PHP and design everything from there. Like and there are like plugins out there, many plugins. I think there are more plugins for WordPress, but 4 out of 5 plugins don't work from my experience. For example, I tried to clean I installed like this website crashed today and it didn't work. Like this admin bar didn't show up, And what I did is go to the tools and just export all comments, all articles and all users from the WordPress and import it into the fresh install, so it works. But with Drupal this never happens. You don't get like an error that would stop you and that would crash your site completely, and nobody knows what's happening. And I never experienced this with Drupal. With Drupal, like, everything works, and here, like, so much is reliable on themes, you know, like you get the new theme and everything is hard coded inside, and you have to, it's really hard. Then you have to change your articles to be compatible with your theme, and then you install a new theme after 1 year and it's different, and you have to change all your articles again. It's really bad and I don't like it. Then with Drupal, like for example images, just today I'm like WordPress has like create like different versions of image, like different resolutions, like 50 times 50 pixels here, 273 times 100, and in fact you just need like 3 different versions, but everything else is like abundant. So WordPress doesn't clean after itself like Drupal does, and this stuff is like demanded by the team, and each team needs different resolutions, and you get like thousands and thousands unused images that are just sitting on your server, and you have to manually delete them like that if you don't want your site to slow down. And I installed like a plugin today to delete all unused images, but it doesn't work. It's here. You go to settings and DNUI, delete all unused images. It didn't do anything. It says it deleted a lot of images, but nothing. I have like 8,000 images in my upload folder, but I have 200 articles for this site, and each article you need like a thumbnail, like you need 3 versions of one of main image. You need like one version is this, second version, and then the full image of the article. So these are the 3 versions, and here you see you have like over 30 images for each 30 different images, because it's just clutter. It's not cleaned after it. The WordPress doesn't clean anything after itself. Like, you have to do it manually, and the plugins don't work. So it's like horrible. I'm just downloading all the images to my computer and then manually delete them like this. In fact, I would have like 600 images, but there are like over 8,000 images on my server, and just clogs my website, and it becomes slower and stuff like that. So this is like really bad. I don't know how WordPress doesn't figure out something to clean. I don't know. But with Drupal this doesn't happen. With Drupal you set which images you want, and each resolution is inserted into each subfolder. So this doesn't happen, and Drupal cleans after itself. It deletes stuff, and everything is like clean, you know. And here you see clutter everywhere, and those plugins with Drupal work. Here you have to be lucky if the plugin works. And I installed one plugin and it completely crashed my website, so I have to do a clean install and re-import everything, because many things after I disabled and delete that plugin that messed up my site still didn't work, and that was a big problem for me. And with Drupal this doesn't happen. If you enable a plugin doesn't work, it doesn't happen many times, but sometimes some plugins don't work. It happens like, I would say, in 5%. Here in WordPress, I would say the ratio of working and not working plugins are like 50%, I would say, or 40%, I don't know. And with Drupal you just disable the plugin and everything works. Here with WordPress, I just had that plugin. I have to do fresh install of everything because it completely messed up my site. And Drupal is more like flexible. You can here you're just stuck with the right side, center side for articles, right side for this stuff, and footer and header. With Drupal you have so many options. You can divide each article into the, for example, into the header you can put rating here, comments here, and then you have left, center, right part, and footer. You can put stuff inside. Here you have to hard code everything with theme, and it's so bad. I mean, this Drupal cannot be compared with WordPress. No way, never. It's never gonna reach the quality of the Drupal development. That's why WordPress is not used for. That's why Drupal is used for with White House, NASA, MTV, many musicians, and WordPress. Who uses WordPress? Just like bloggers. It cannot be compared. And I would say that you just rely on the theme, and then you don't have any options. You can install some plugins to put them on the right side footer but there's no real flexibility. With Drupal you can build stuff with those plugins, and it's so flexible. You can, for example, one category you can have full screen articles. Another category you can have like page divided into 3 columns. It's so more flexible. And what else? It's really like a little better than the Dream. If you build a HTML site in Dreamweaver, it's a little bit better than simple HTML site in Dreamweaver. They say it's also good for SEO, but I don't know. Here, like, if you go into the article, I will show you the comparison. For example, image upload. With Drupal, there's a module where you can just drag 10 images into like a box, and they will all be uploaded here. You have to go into the add media, then upload images for each image, and then insert. It's so like a waste of time, and you have it just cannot be compared. Here, like, you have to set the category and stuff like that. You have different content types in Drupal. You can really each content type, like for review, you can set up the page different than for normal article. You can have like 20 different type of content pages, and you can really put inside everything you want. But here everything is hard coded into the theme, and it's so rigid, and you have to be a coder to really work with WordPress if you don't want to rely on the theme. And what else? Dashboard. It's really nothing. Yeah, what I like is also, and here you see, like, for this theme, if there's no image present, it shows you like empty image. It's so bad. Like in Drupal this doesn't happen. Everything is like hard coded, but with Drupal you can have settings you can do with admin. In admin section you can change everything. You don't need to hard code. That's the main difference, and that's why I like Drupal much better. You can create themes and in Drupal much easier, because the stuff is not hard coded in the theme. It's built in the admin with plugins, and here it's not built with plugins, it's hard coded with theme, so it's different. You need to hard code everything, and there's no comparison between Drupal and WordPress. So I know you're gonna hate, some people are gonna hate this post, but still, this is my opinion, and I still recommend Drupal anytime, and WordPress will never reach the quality of the Drupal development. In 100 years, Drupal is still the best.